Did you know the deck is stacked against your kids from saving money? Essentially, humans are wired to spend everything we get as fast as possible. Now here's the scary part. If we don't step in now as parents, our kids will likely grow up and join the majority who can't even cover a $400 emergency bill. So in this episode, I'm going to share the surprising science and expert advice behind why saving feels impossible and powerful parenting ideas you can use today to help your kids become natural savers. Stick around to the end because we have a fun short story you can watch with your kiddo to reinforce the power of saving. All right, let's jump right into why saving is hard for your kids. If you ever felt frustrated that no matter what you do, your kiddo spends money as fast as they get it, you're definitely not alone. It's not your fault, and it's not their fault either. It's millions of years of evolution at play. Our brains were built to survive, not to save. The book Money Mammoth reminds us that our ancestors were focused on immediate survival. They didn't know when their next meal would come, so when they found food, especially calorie-rich sources like fats and sugars, their instinct was to consume as much as possible immediately. And when faced with a threat or discomfort, our ancestors would prioritize immediate solutions. Fast forward to today, and the same spend now, worry later wiring is still running the show. Behavioral economists like Dan Ariely and Richard Thaler have shown that we are all prone to something called present bias. And that means we overvalue rewards right now and undervalue rewards that come later. As Dan Ariely says, we are willing to trade off a lot of our long-term benefit for a little bit of immediate pleasure. And one of the big lessons I've learned from my research is that human beings are incredibly bad at making long-term decisions. So TLDR, if we don't do anything to intervene, our kids could become part of the growing percentage of 25 to 35-year-olds who don't have any savings and who move back in with their parents. So what can we do about it? The good news is that you can teach your kiddo how to delay gratification so they can strengthen those savings muscles. Here are a few parenting hacks to help your kids learn to wait, save, and eventually get what they want. These tips come from two fantastic books: Beth Kobliner's book, Make Your Kid a Money Genius, Even If You're Not, and Liz Fraser's Beyond Piggy Banks and Lemonade Stands. Number one, empower them. The next time your kiddo asks for something, rather than a binary response of saying yes or saying no, you can use this judo trick. You can tell them, you can totally get it if you want to use your spend jar money. So they have the power to buy it themselves. If they don't have enough saved in their spend jar, you can start to brainstorm all the ways they can earn and save up for the item. This can help reinforce that they have a locus of control and can do things for themselves. And they don't need to rely on assistance or generosity from others. An added bonus is that they're building patience and flexing those save muscles every time they delay gratification. Number two, create milestones. Big goals can feel overwhelming, especially for kids. That's why breaking them down into smaller, bite-sized milestones is key. Every time your child saves $10 or reaches a certain percentage of their save goal, celebrate with a simple, fun reward, like an ice cream sundae, a movie night out, or even extra screen time. So here's why it works. When we hit small wins, our brain releases dopamine, the feel-good chemical. Behavioral scientists like Fogg recommend stacking these small, achievable goals to build strong habits. It's the same science behind why apps like Duolingo keep people coming back day after day. As Fogg says, the most powerful rewards are small, frequent, and meaningful. So break big savings goals into smaller milestones. Like levels in a video game, celebrate each time they hit a savings goal to reinforce that feel-good dopamine hit. So what once felt like sacrifice now feels like a game they can't wait to play again. Next, build a habit. Help them put their savings goal on autopilot with an automatic save rule. You can make a rule like 20% of any money we get, whether it's earned or gifted, goes straight into the savings jar. Dan Ariely explains, we make better decisions when those decisions are easy and automatic. Setting up this automatic savings plan before spending takes away decision fatigue and the mental drain of willpower. As Kevin Kelly says, habit is far more dependable than inspiration. And setting up this habit early on builds those savings muscles. So when they get their first job, setting up their transfers to a 401k and savings account will feel natural and automatic. Number 4, think long term. It's tough to remember the cool thing you're saving for when that cuddly stuffed animal is staring you down at the checkout aisle. Help them focus on the opportunity cost. Like, if you bought that stuffy now, it'll take you even longer to get the Legos that you really want. And you can relate to them. Share a story about a time you had to wait for something that you really wanted. And when they resist temptation, praise them. That positive reinforcement goes a long way. Number 5, master the art of distraction. When your kid's about to lose it over not getting gum at the checkout line, come prepared. You can bust out a silly joke or a funny cat video or whisper a top secret line just for them. Then once you're out of the store, tell them how proud you are that they held it together, even when it was so hard. Number 6, make it a game. This one's a little weird, but it works. Teach them to picture that tempting treat or toy as just a photo in a frame. Or make it gross. You could tell them, imagine that candy is covered in ants. Funny enough, kids who ace the famous marshmallow test use tricks like these to wait it out. It might seem a little abstract, but some kids will love playing along. Number 7, ask what a smart kid would do. When they're tempted, encourage them to step outside the situation. You can ask, well, what do you think a smart kid would do here? They can pick maybe their friend or a superhero or even a made-up wise kid. Kids love giving advice, even to themselves. And this trick helps them slow down and make a cooler, smarter choice. And number 8, real-world marshmallow reps. The next time you're at the store, give your kiddo $5 and tell them they have 2 options. 1, they can buy whatever they want right now for $5. Or if they don't spend it today, they can have an additional $5 to spend at the store tomorrow for a total of $10. Help them shop around and show them examples of what they could get for $10 if they save their money and wait. Then follow up the next day about their decision. If they chose to buy something instead of waiting, ask them if they're happy with their decision. All right, let's quickly recap what we covered today. Saving is hardwired to feel unnatural, so it's not your fault or your kiddos. Here are the tools, habits, and mindsets you can help your kiddo build strong saving skills for life. Empower them. Give your kiddo control over spending decisions to build confidence and encourage thoughtful choices. Create milestones. Break big goals into smaller wins and celebrate progress to keep them motivated and engaged. Build a habit. Use a simple, automatic savings rule like 20% goes to savings first to make saving feel effortless. Think long term. Help them focus on their bigger goals and understand opportunity costs when temptations pop up. Master the art of distraction. Use humor or redirection or a secret mission to diffuse checkout meltdowns in the moment. Make it a game. Turn savings into play with silly tricks like, imagine it's covered in ants, or freeze it in a frame. Ask what a smart kid would do. Encourage them to step outside the situation. And finally, real-world marshmallow reps. This gives them the chance to practice delayed gratification in real-world situations, like choosing between $5 now or $10 tomorrow. These aren't just parenting tips. They're small shifts that can rewire how your child thinks about money and develop real-world financial confidence. If one of these stood out to you, leave a comment below and tell me which one you want to try first. Now, bring your kiddo over. We've got a fun short story you can watch together to help reinforce the power of saving.
Pierce had his heart set on the hottest new toy, the TI-2000 robot. But his last coin was long gone, and his next tooth fairy coin already spent in his head. Waiting and saving, not his style. He glanced at his sister's coin jar, tempting. But something about stealing from her didn't feel quite right. Then he looked at his pillow. His freshly lost tooth sat there, gleaming. The tooth fairy, she had coins, probably bags of them. And just like that, Pierce had a plan. That night, he set a trap. His plan: catch the tooth fairy in the act and take her whole bag of coins for himself. He reasoned she probably has infinite coins, so she'll never miss one small bag.
She flies in, I snag the bag, boom, TI-2000 before sunrise.
Pierce put the tooth under his pillow and hid behind his bed, fishing pole in hand. Then at midnight he saw her. The tooth fairy appeared, glowing softly and holding her magical bag. She lifted up Pierce's pillows and exchanged his tooth for a coin. Quietly, Pierce lowered his fishing pole, but instead of getting the bag's handle, He got the line caught on the side. The bag ripped, the magic swirled, and Perce fell into a place he never imagined. In the heart of the magical realm, the Tooth Fairy appeared, fading and flickering. A coin bag, torn and dimming.
Each coin is powered by a child's patience. You've broken the balance, Pierce.
She gave him a single task.
Help restore the lost coins, one by one. You'll appear in children's dreams and guide them to save and be patient.
And then she vanished.
Sure. I'll just start over here. How many coins are we talking? Like 5? 50?
But Perce wasn't alone. From the shadows stepped Grindlewick, grinning like he'd been waiting for this moment.
Well done, kid. Been a long time since someone tore that bag. Let's get you out of here the fast way.
Grindlewick taught Perce shortcuts to recharge coins, tricks, illusions, fast fixes. Each one looked like it worked.
Tooth Fairy wants you to wait. Cute. We're saving the magic. My way.
Finally, some actual dream logic, fixing it without the whole patience thing. Let's go.
But the shortcuts and quick fixes were starting to backfire. The coins Perce thought he'd saved began to dim. Then they cracked. Then vanished. All the progress he thought he was making, gone.
No, I thought I was helping.
Grindlewick's coins were fake. Every shortcut Perce had taken had only fed him.
Silly boy. You were never meant to fix anything. You were just the key. Now this magic, it's mine. Then I'll take the bunnies. Only awake for part of the year. Easy target. Then Cupid. Then the big guy in red. Let's see how long the holiday crowd holds up when I start running Fairyland. I've already started, you know. Whispering in their dreams. Telling them to spend fast, give up, stop saving.
The Tooth Fairy was gone. Grindlewick was rising. And Perce held one last real coin, the one he never stole. It belonged to his sister.
This time, I do it the right way. Probably should have led with that.
Perce returned to every child he'd rushed and helped them wait. He showed them how to save, how to pause, how to be proud of patience. He sat beside a girl at a checkout line and whispered.
You can wait one more day.
He pointed to a toy and reminded a boy.
You're halfway there.
He cheered when a child dropped a coin in their save jar, and he smiled when they chose to walk away. With each act, a coin lit up, bright and golden, and drifted home. Perce was doing it the right way now. One kid, one coin, one act of patience. But Grindlewick was faster. Every time a kid gave in, even for a second, his bag swelled. Coins poured into it like a broken candy machine. And Perce's coins, they were down to the last few.
Oh, Pierce. Out here babysitting savings jars while I'm building an empire.
Yeah, well, empires don't usually run on bedtime snacks and bad vibes.
In the final dream, Grindlewick had built a palace of treats and toys. A candy castle, an instant reward kingdom. Everything a kid could want right now. But Perce had arrived first. Not to outshine Grindlewick, but to offer something quiet, something real. He placed his last coin on a small pedestal of light and waited.
Well, well, the prodigal brother returns. Just in time to lose gracefully. Don't worry, kid. You'll still get a statue. Maybe something small, like a cautionary tale.
It's your coin. No one can take what you believe in unless you hand it over.
She paused. Grindlewick twitched.
Enough waiting. If she won't choose, I will.
He lunged for the coin. The moment his fingers touched it, boom! A burst of gold light surged from the pedestal, blasting him backward. Magic rippled through the dream like a shockwave of sunlight, because only a child's patient choice could unlock its magic. And Grindlewick? He broke the rule he mocked the most.
You wanted to rewrite the rules. She just remembered them.
Back home, Perce didn't spend his coin. He sat quietly by his window, holding it up to the light. It glowed, not with magic, but with something he had earned. Then, gently, he dropped it into a jar labeled Someday. Not because he was told to, not because anyone was watching, but because now he understood what it meant to wait, to earn, to choose. And for the first time, that felt like enough. And so, the boy who once traded tomorrow for today learned how to wait. He learned that magic doesn't always roar or rush. Sometimes it flickers, It glows. It waits for the patient hand and the steady heart. And though the Tooth Fairy's bag was stitched and sealed, its real power no longer rested in vaults or jars. It lived now in Pierce, in the choices he would make, the dreams he would grow, and the spark that would never fade.